Scene: the sea with a ship, afterwards an island. Act 1. Scene 1. On a ship at sea, a tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning heard. Enter a shipmaster and a boatswain severally. Chapter 1000. Astor. Boatswain. Boatswain. Here, master, what cheer? Chapter 1000. Astor. Good, speak to the mariners, fall to tea yearly, or we run ourselves aground. Bestir, bestir. Enter mariners. Boatswain. Hi, my hearts, cheerly, cheerly, my hearts. Yare, yare, take in the topsail, tend to th master's whistle, blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Ferdinand, Gonzalo, and others. Alonso. Good boatswain, have care, where is the master? Play the men. Boatswain. I pray now, keep below. Antonio. Where is the master, boatswain? Boatswain. Do you not hear him? You mar our labor, keep your cabins, you do assist the storm. Gonzalo. Nay, good, be patient. Boatswain. When the sea is, hence, what cares these roarers for the name of king? To cabin, silence, trouble us not. Gonzalo. Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard. Boatswain. None that I more love than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more. Use your authority. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long, and make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour, if it so hap. Cheerly, good hearts, out of our way, I say. Gonzalo. I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. Make the rope of his destiny our cable, for our own doth little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged 500, our case is miserable. Re-enter boatswain. Boatswain. Down with the topmast, yare, lower, lower, bring her to try YTH main course. A plague upon this howling, they are louder than the weather or our office. Enter Sebastian, Antonio, and Gonzalo. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give o'er and drown? Have your mind to sink? Sebastin. Apoxo your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog. Boatswain. Work you, then. Antonio. Hang, cur, hang, you whoreson, insolent noisemaker. We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art. Gonzalo. Chapter 1. 100 warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell, and as leaky as an unstanched wench. Boatswain. Lay her a hold, set her 2 courses, off to sea again, lay her off. Enter mariners, wet. Chapter 1000. Mariners. All lost, to prayers, all lost. Boatswain. What must our mouths be cold? Gonzalo. The king and prince at prayers, let's assist them. For our case is as theirs. Sebastin. I am out of patience. Antonio. We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. This wide chap 500 rascal, would thou mightst lie drowning. The washing of 10 tides. Gonzalo. He 100, be hang 500 yet. Though every drop of water swear against it. And gape at widst to glut him. A confused noise within, mercy on us. We split, farewell my wife and children. Farewell brother, we split. Antonio. Let's all sink YTH king. Sebastin. Let's take leave of him. Gonzalo. Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything, the wills above be done, but I would fain die a dry death. Scene 2, the island, before the cell of Prospero. Enter Prospero and Miranda. Chapter 1001, Miranda. If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to welcome's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer, a brave vessel, who had, no doubt, some noble creature in her. 500 all to pieces. Oh, the cry 999 knock. Against my very heart, poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or air. It should the good ship so have swallow 500, and the frotting souls within her. Prospero. Be collected. No more amazement, tell your piteous heart. There's no harm done. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Oh, woe the day. Prospero. No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father. Chapter 1001, Miranda. More to know. 999, never meddle with my thoughts. Prospero. 'Tis time I should inform thee farther, lend thy hand, and pluck my magic garment from me, so lays down his mantle. Lie there, my art, wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the rack, which touch 500. The very virtue of compassion in thee I have with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair, but tid to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst he cry, which thou saw'st he sink, sit down, for thou must now no farther. Chapter 1001, Miranda. You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stop 500, and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding stay, not yet. Prospero. The hours now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey and be attentive, canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Certainly, sir, I can. Prospero. By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image, tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance. Chapter 1001, Miranda. 'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance, that my remembrance warrants, had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me. Prospero. Thou hadst, and more, Miranda, but how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward and abysm of time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou cam'st here, how thou cam'st here, thou mayst. Chapter 1001, Miranda. But that I do not. Prospero. 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since. Thy father was the Duke of Milan, and A Prince of Power. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Sir, are not you my father? Prospero. Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter, and thy father was Duke of Milan, and his only heir, and princess no worse issued. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed wast we 999. Prospero. Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou say'st, will we heave 500 thence. But blessedly halp hither. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Oh, my heart bleeds to think, teen, that I have turned 500 you to, which is from my remembrance, please you, father. Prospero. My brother and thy uncle call 500 Antonio. I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious, he whom next thyself of all the world I love 500, and to him put the manage of my state, as at that time through all the signories it was the first, and Prospero the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity and for the liberal arts, without a parallel, those being all my study. The government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies, thy false uncle. Dost thou attend me? Chapter 1001, Miranda. Sir, most heedfully. Prospero. Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created. The creatures that were mine, I say, or chang 500 or else new form 500 having both the key of officer and office, said all hearts I state. To what tune please 500 his ear, that now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk, and suck 500 my verdure out, on thou attend'st not. Chapter 1001, Miranda. O good sir, I do. Prospero. I pray thee, mark me. Chapter 1, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, with that which, but by being so retire 500, or pris 500 all popular rate, in my false brother. A whack 500 an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, 999 beget of him. A falsehood in its contrary as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit. A confidence sans bound, he being thus lauded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but what my power might else exact, like one who having into truth, by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory, to credit his own lie, he 999 believe. He was indeed the Duke, out the substitution, an executing outward face of royalty, with all prerogative, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear? Chapter 1001, Miranda. Your tale, sir, would cure deafness. Prospero. To have no screen between this part, he play 500. And him he play 500 it for, he needs will be. Absolute Milan, me poor man my library. Was dukedom large enough, of temporal royalties. He thinks me now incapable, confederates. So dry he was for sway, King of Naples. To give him annual tribute, do him homage. Subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom, yet unbow 500, alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. Chapter 1001, Miranda. O the heavens! Prospero. Mark his condition and the event, then tell me if this might be a brother. Chapter 1001, Miranda. I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons. Prospero. Now the condition. This King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother, whereon a treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to purpose, 999 Antonio open the gates of Milan, and dead of darkness. The ministers for purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Alack for pity. Chapter 1, not remembering how I cried out then. Will cry it o'er again, it is a hint that rings mine eyes to tea. Prospero. Here a little further, and then I 100 bring thee to the present business, which now's upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Wherefore 999 they not that hour destroy us. Prospero. Well demanded, wench. My tale provokes that question, dear they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colours fairer painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rig 500, nor tackle, sail, nor mast, the very rats instinctively have quitted, there they hoist us, to cry to that roar 500 to us, to sigh to winds, whose pity sighing back again. 999 us, but loving wrong. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Alack, what trouble was I then to you? Prospero. O a cherubin! Thou wast that 999 preserve me, thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven. When I have deck 500, the sea with drops full salt, under my burden grown 500, which rise 500 in me, an undergoing stomach to bear up against what should ensue. Chapter 1001, Miranda. How came we ashore? Prospero. By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, who being then appointed master of this design, 999 give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries, which since have steaded much, so of his gentleness. Knowing I love 500 my books, he furnish 500 me, from mine own library, with volumes that I prize above my dukedom. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Would I might but ever see that man. Prospero. Now I arise. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrive 500, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princes can that have more time. for vainer hours and tutors not so careful. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Heavens thank you for tea, and now I pray you, sir. For still tea's beating in my mind, your wrist. For raising this say storm. Prospero. No thus far forth. By accident most strange, bountiful fortune. Now my dear lady hath mine enemies brought to this shore, and by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence, if now I court not but omit my fortunes, will ever after droop. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined 500 to sleep, tease a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come, I am ready now. Approach my Ariel, come. Enter Ariel. Ariel. All hail, great master, grave sir, hail I come. To answer thy best pleasure, bet to fly. To swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curl 500 clouds, to thy strong bidding task. Ariel and all his quality. Prospero. Hast thou spirit? Perform 500, to point the tempest that I bade thee. Ariel. To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now on the beak. Now in the waist, the deck, in every cabin. I flam 500 amazement, sometime I 500 divide. And burn in many places, on the topmast. The yards and bowsprit would I flame distinctly. Then meet and join, Jove's lightning the precursors. OTH, dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary. In sight outrunning were not the fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake. Prospero. My brave spirit, who is so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect his reason. Ariel. Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad, and play 500. Some tricks of desperation, all but mariners, plunged in the foaming brine, and quit the vessel. Then all afire with me, the king's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring, then like reeds not hair, was the first man that leapt, cried hell is empty, and all the devils are here. Prospero. Why, that's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore? Ariel. Close by my master. Prospero. But are they, Ariel, safe? Ariel. Not a hair perish 500. On their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before, and as thou badst me. In troops I have dispersed 500 them bout the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, whom I left cooling of the air with sighs, in an odd angle of the isle, and sitting his arms in this sad knot. Prospero. Of the king's ship. The mariners say how thou hast disposed 500, and all the rest, OTH fleet. Ariel. Safely in harbor is the king's ship, in the deep nook where once thou calledst me up at midnight to fetch dew. From the still Vex 500 Bermuths, there she's hid. The mariners all under hatches stowed, who with a charm join 500 to their suffered labor. I have left asleep, and for the rest OTH fleet, which I disperse 500, they all have met again, and are upon the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the king's ship rack 500. and his great person perish. Prospero. Ariel, thy charge exactly is perform 500, but there's more work. What is the time, O.th. day? Ariel. Past the 1499 season. Prospero. At least 2 glasses, the time twixt 6 and now. Must by us both be spent most preciously. Ariel. Is there more toil, since thou dost give me pains? Let me remember thee what thou hast promise 500, which is not yet perform 500 me. Prospero. How now, moody? What is't thou canst demand? Ariel. My liberty. Prospero. Before the time be out, no more. Ariel. I prithee. Remember, I have done thee worthy service. Told thee no lies, made no mistakings, serve 500. Without or grudge or grumblings, thou didst promise to bait me a full year. Prospero. Dost thou forget from what a torment I 999 free thee? Ariel. No. Prospero. Thou dost, and think'st it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins o.th. earth, when it is back 500 with frost. Ariel. I do not, sir. Prospero. Thou least malignant thing, hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop, hast thou forgot her? Ariel. No, sir. Prospero. Thou hast, where was she born? Speak, tell me. Ariel. Sir, in Argio. Prospero. Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forget'st, this damn 500 witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible, to enter human hearing from Argia. Thou know'st was banished 500, for one thing she 999. They would not take her life, is not this true? Ariel. I, sir. Prospero. This blue-eye 500 hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by th sailors, thou my slave. As thou report'st thyself, wast then her servant, and for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhor 500 commands. Refusing her grand hests, she 999 confined thee, by help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which rift, imprisoned 500, thou didst painfully remain. A dozen years, within which space she died, and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans. As fast as 1099 wheels strike, then was this island, save for the sun that she 999 litter here. A freckle 500 whelp, hag born, not honor 500 with a human shape. Ariel. Yes, Caliban her son. Prospero. Dull thing I say so, he that Caliban, whom now I keep in service, thou best know'st he. What torment I 999 find thee in, thy groans. 999 make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damn 500, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived 500 and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out. Ariel. I thank thee, master. Prospero. If thou more murmurst, I will rend an oak, and peg thee in his knotty entrails. Thou hast howled 500, away 12 winters. Ariel. Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command, and do my spritting gently. Prospero. Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee. Ariel. That's my noble master. What shall I do? Say what shall I do? Prospero. Go make thyself like a nymph, OTHC, be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go take this shape, and hither come in, go hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake, thou hast slept well. Awake. Chapter 1001, Miranda. The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me. Prospero. Shake it off, come on. We 100 visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer. Chapter 1001, Miranda. 'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on. Prospero. But as 'tis, we cannot miss him, he does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave Caliban, thou earth, thou speak. Chapter 100, Alban. There's wood enough within. Prospero. Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when re-enter Ariel, like a water nymph. Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel. Hark in thine ear. Ariel. My lord, it shall be done. Prospero. Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself. Upon thy wicked dam, come forth. Enter Caliban. Chapter 100, Alban. As wicked do as ere my mother brush, 500. With raven's feather from unwholesome fen. Drop on you both, a southwest blow on ye, and blister you all o'er. Prospero. For this, be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches that shall pen thy breath up, urchins shall forth at vast of night, that they may work. All exercise on thee, thou shalt be pinch 500. As thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bays that made them. Chapter 100, Alban. I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou taxed from me, when thou cam'st first. Thou struck'st me, and made much of me, wouldst give me water with berries and tea, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less that burn by day and night, and then I love 500 thee, and show 500 thee all the qualities I'll. The fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Curs 500 be, I that 999 so, all the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king, and here you stye me in this hard rock, whiles you do keep from me the rest island. Prospero. Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness, I have us 500 thee. Filth as thou art, with human care, enlarge 500 thee. In mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child. Chapter 100, Alban. O ho, which had been done. Thou didst prevent me, I had peopled else. This isle with Calibans. Prospero, abhorred slave, which any print of goodness wilt not take. Being capable of all 99, I pitied thee. Took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other, when thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish. I endow 500 thy purposes with words that made them known, but thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had that in tea which good natures could not abide to be with, therefore wast thou deservedly confine 500 into this rock, who hadst deserve 500 more than a prison. Chapter 100, Alabin. You taught me language, and my profit on tea is I know how to curse, the red plague rid you, for learning me your language. Prospero. Hagseed hence. Fetch us in fuel, and be quick, thou art best. To answer other business, shrugs thou malice. If thou neglectst or dost unwillingly what I command, I 100 rack thee with old cramps. Fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar, that beasts shall tremble at thy din. Chapter 100, Alabin. No, pray thee, I must obey, his art is of such power. It would control my dam's god, Setebos, and make a vassal of him. Prospero. So slave hence. Re-enter Ariel, playing and singing, Ferdinand following. Ariel's song. Come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsied when you have, and kiss 500. The wild waves whist. Foot it featly here and there, and sweet sprites bear the burden, hark, hark. Burden dispersedly, bow wow. The watchdogs bark. Burden dispersedly, bow wow. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry cock-a-diddle-dow. Ferdinand. Where should this music be? Ith, air or th, earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god o th, island, sitting on a bank, weeping again, the king my father's wrack. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion. With its sweet air, thence I have followed 500 it. Or it hath drawn me rather, but 'tis gone. No, it begins again. Ariel. Full fathom 5, thy father lies. Of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell. Burden, ding-dong. Hark, now I hear them, ding-dong bell. Ferdinand. The ditty does remember my drowned 500 father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes, I hear it now above me. Prospero. The fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond. Chapter 1001, Miranda. What is't a spirit? Lord, how it looks about, believe me, sir. It carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit. Prospero. No, wench, it eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant which thou seest was in the rack, and but he's something stain 500. With grief that's beauty's canker, thou mightst call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows, and strays about to find 'em. Chapter 1001, Miranda. I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble. Prospero. It goes on, I see. As my soul prompts it, spirit finds spirit, I free thee. Within 2 days, for this. Ferdinand. Most sure, the goddess, on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer. May know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give. How I may bear me here, my prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh you wonder, if you be maid or no. Chapter 1001, Miranda. No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid. Ferdinand. My language, heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken. Prospero. How the best? What wert thou, if the King of Naples heard thee? Ferdinand. A single thing, as I am now, that wonders. To hear thee speak of Naples, he does hear me. And that he does I weep, myself am Naples, who with mine eyes never since at ebb beheld the king my father racked. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Alack for mercy. Ferdinand. Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan, and his brave son, being twain. Prospero. The Duke of Milan, and his more braver daughter, could control thee, if now 'twere fit to dot, at the first sight. They have changed eyes, delicate Ariel. Chapter 100 set thee free for this, a word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong, a word. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that ere I saw, the first. That ere I sigh 500 for, pity move my father, to be incline 500 my way. Ferdinand. Oh, if a virgin, and your affection not gone forth, I 100 make you the Queen of Naples. Prospero. Soft, sir, one word more. They are both in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more, I charge thee, that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou ousty not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on T. Ferdinand. Know as I am a man. Chapter 1001, Miranda. There's nothing 99 can dwell in such a temple. If the 99 spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with T. Prospero. Follow me. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come. Chapter 100 Manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink, thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels with their 500 roots and husks, wherein the acorn cradled. Follow. Ferdinand. No. I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power. He draws and is charmed from moving. Chapter 1001, Miranda. O dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful. Prospero. What I say? My foot, my tutor, put thy sword up, traitor, who mak'st a show but darst not strike. Thy conscience is so possess 500 with guilt, come from thy ward. For I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Beseech you, Father. Prospero. Hence hang not on my garments. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Sir, have pity. Chapter 100 be his surety. Prospero. Silence, one word more. Shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor, hush. Thou think'st there is no more such shapes as he. Having seen but him and Caliban, foolish wench. To most of men this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels. Chapter 1001, Miranda. My affections are then most humble, I have no ambition to see a goodlier man. Prospero. Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them. Ferdinand. So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wrack of all my friends, nor this man's threats, to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, all corners else earth. Let liberty make use of space enough. Have I in such a prison? Prospero. It works, come on. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel, follow me. Hark what thou else shalt do me. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Be of comfort. My father is of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwanted, which now came from him. Prospero. Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command. Ariel. To syllable. Prospero. Come follow, speak not for him. Act 2. Scene 1, another part of the island. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco, and others. Gonzalo. Beseech you, sir, be merry, you have cause. So have we all of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss, our hint of woe is common, every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant, and the merchant have just our theme of woe, but for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us, then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort. Alonso. Prithee, peace. Sebastian. He receives comfort like cold porridge. Antonio. The visitor will not give him or so. Sebastian. Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit, by and by it will strike. Gonzalo. Sir. Sebastian. One tell. Gonzalo. When every grief is entertained 500, that's offer 500. Comes to the entertainer. Sebastian. $1. Gonzalo. Dollar comes to him, indeed, you have spoken truer than you purposed. Sebastian. You have taken it wiselier than I meant you should. Gonzalo. Therefore, my lord. Antonio. Fie, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue. Alonso. I prithee spare. Gonzalo. Well, I have done, but yet Sebastin. He will be talking. Antonio. Which of he or Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow? Sebastin. The old cock. Antonio. The cockerel. Sebastin. Done the wager. Antonio. A laughter. Sebastin. A magi. Adrian. Though this island seemed to be desert. Antonio. Hard. Sebastin. So you're paid. Adrian. Uninhabitable and almost inaccessible. Sebastin. Yet. Adrian. Yet. Antonio. He could not miss tea. Adrian. It must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance. Antonio. Temperance was a delicate wench. Sebastin. I and a subtle, as he most learnedly delivered. Adrian. The air breathes upon us here most sweetly. Sebastin. As if it had lungs and rotten ones. Antonio. Or as tweer perfume 500 by a fen. Gonzalo. Here is everything advantageous to life. Antonio. True, save means to live. Sebastin. Of that there's none, or little. Gonzalo. How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green. Antonio. The ground indeed is tawny. Sebastin. With an eye of green int. Antonio. He misses not much. Sebastin. No, he doth, but mistake the truth totally. Gonzalo. But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit. Sebastin. As many vouch 500 rarities are. Gonzalo. That our garments, being, as they were, drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new-dyed than stained with salt water. Antonio. If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies? Sebastin. I, or very falsely pocket up his report. Gonzalo. Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Afric, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter, Claribel to the king of Tunis. Sebastin. 'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return. Adrian. Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen. Gonzalo. Not since widow Dido's time. Antonio. Widow Apoxo that, how came that widow in, widow Dido? Sebastin. What if he had said, widower Aeneas too? Good Lord, how you take it. Adrian. Widow Dido said you make me study of that, she was of Carthage, not of Tunis. Gonzalo. This Tunis, sir, was Carthage. Adrian. Carthage. Gonzalo. I assure you, Carthage. Antonio. His word is more than the miraculous harp. Sebastin. He hath rise 500 the wall, and houses too. Antonio. What impossible matter will he make easy next? Sebastin. I think he will carry this island home in his pocket, and give it his son for an apple. Antonio. And sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands. Alonso. Eyes. Antonio. Why in good time? Gonzalo. Sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen. Antonio. And the rarest that e'er came there. Sebastin. Bait, I beseech you, widow Dido. Antonio. O widow Dido, I's widow Dido. Gonzalo. Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort. Antonio. That sort was well fish, 500 for. Gonzalo. When I wore it, at your daughter's marriage. Alonso. You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense, would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost, and in my rate she too, who is so far from Italy removed. I ne'er again shall see her, O thou mine heir. Of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee? Francisco. Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him, and ride upon their backs, he trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swoln that met him, his bold head. Bove the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms in lusty stroke. To shore, that o'er his wave-worn basis bode, as stooping to relieve him, I not doubt, he came alive to land. Alonso. No, no, he's gone. Sebastin. Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where she, at least, is banished 500 from your eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on tea. Alonso. Prithee, peace. Sebastin. You were kneel 500 too, and importun 500 otherwise. By all of us, and the fair soul herself, weigh 500 between lothness and obedience, at which end beam should bow, we have lost your son. I fear forever Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business making than we bring men to comfort them. The fault's your own. Alonso. So is the dearsty loss. Gonzalo. My Lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in, you rub the sore, when you should bring the plaster. Sebastin. Very well. Antonio. And most courageously. Gonzalo. It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy. Sebastin. Foul weather. Antonio. Very foul. Gonzalo. Had I plantation of this isle, my lord. Antonio. He 500 sow tea with nettle seed. Sebastin. Or docks or mallows. Gonzalo. And with a king aunt, what would I do? Sebastin. Scape being drunk for want of wine. Gonzalo. Chapter 1. Commonwealth I would by contraries execute all things, for no kind of traffic. Would I admit no name of magistrate? Letters should not be known, riches, poverty. And use of service, none, contract succession. Born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, or wine, or oil. No occupation, all men idle old. And women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty. Sebastin. Yet he would be king aunt. Antonio. The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning. Gonzalo. All things in common nature should produce. Without sweat or endeavor, treason, felony. Sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine. Would I not have, but nature should bring forth. Of it own kind, all foison, all abundance. To feed my innocent people. Sebastin. No marrying among his subjects. Antonio. None man, all idle, whores and knaves. Gonzalo. I would with such perfection govern, sir. Excel the golden age. Sebastin. Save his majesty. Antonio. Long live Gonzalo. Gonzalo. And do you mark me, sir? Alonso. Prithee no more, thou dost talk nothing to me. Gonzalo. I do well believe your highness, and 999 it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always use to laugh at nothing. Antonio. 'Twas you we laughed at. Gonzalo. Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still. Antonio. What a blow was there given. Sebastin. And it had not fallen flat long. Gonzalo. You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing. Enter Ariel, invisible, playing solemn music. Sebastin. We would so, and then go a bat fowling. Antonio. Nay, good my lord, be not angry. Gonzalo. No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep, for I am very heavy. Antonio. Go sleep and hear us. All sleep but Alonso, Sebastian, and Antonio. Alonso. What also soon asleep, I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts, I find. They are inclin 500 to do so. Sebastin. Please you, sir. Do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, when it doth. It is a comforter. Antonio. We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest, and watch your safety. Alonso. Thank you, wondrous heavy. Alonso sleeps, exit Ariel. Sebastin. What a strange drowsiness possesses them. Antonio. It is the quality OTH climate. Sebastin. Why? Doth it not then our eyelids sink? I find not. Myself dispose 500 to sleep. Antonio. Nor I my spirits are nimble. They fell together all, as by consent. They drop 500, as by a thunder stroke, what might? Worthy Sebastian, oh what might, no more. And yet methinks, I see it in thy face. what thou shouldst be, th occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head. Sebastin. What art thou waking? Antonio. Do you not hear me speak? Sebastin. I do, and surely. It is a sleepy language, and thou speakst. Out of thy sleep, what is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep. With eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep. Antonio. Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep, die rather, wink'st, whiles thou art waking. Sebastin. Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores. Antonio. I am more serious than my custom, you must be so too if hide me, which to do. Trebles the o'er. Sebastin. Well, I am standing water. Antonio. Chapter 1, 100 teach you how to flow. Sebastin. Do so to ebb. Hereditary sloth instructs me. Antonio. Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish, whiles thus you mock it, how in stripping it you more invest it, ebbing men indeed most often do so near the bottom run by their own fear or sloth. Sebastin. Prithee say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed, which throws thee much to yield. Antonio. Thus, sir, although this lord of weak remembrance, this, who shall be of as little memory, when he is earth 500, hath here almost persuaded, for he's a spirit of persuasion only, professes to persuade the king his sons alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrown 500, as he that sleeps here swims. Sebastin. I have no hope that he's undrowned. Antonio. Oh, out of that, no hope. What great hope have you? No hope that way is another way, so high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond. But doubt's discovery there, will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned 500? Sebastin. He's gone. Antonio. Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples? Sebastin. Claribel. Antonio. She that is queen of Tunis, she that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life, she that from Naples can have no note unless the sun were post. The man ith moons too slow, till newborn chins be rough and razorable, she that from whom we always see swallow 500, though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act, whereof what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge. Sebastin. What stuff is this, how say you? 'Tis true, my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space. Antonio. A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Claribel measure us back to Naples, keep in Tunis, and let Sebastian wake, say this were death, that now hath seized 500 them, why, they were no worse than now they are, there be that can rule Naples, as well as he that sleeps, lords that can prate, as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo I myself could make. A chuff of as deep chat, oh that you bore. The mind that I do, what a sleep with this. For your advancement, do you understand me? Sebastin. Methinks I do. Antonio. And how does your content tender your own good fortune? Sebastin. I remember. You 999 supplant your brother Prospero. Antonio. True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much feeder than before, my brother's servants. Were then my fellows, now they are my men. Sebastin. But for your conscience. Antonio. I sir, where lies that, if 'twere a kibe? 'Twould put me to my slipper, but I feel not. This deity in my bosom, 20 consciences that stand twixt me and Milan, candid be they, and melt ere they molest. Here lies your brother. No better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead. Whom I with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed for ever, whiles you, doing thus, to the perpetual wink, for I might put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence who should not upbraid our course, for all the rest. They 100 take suggestion, as a cat laps milk. They 100 tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour. Sebastin. Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent, as thou gotst Milan. Chapter 1. 100 come by Naples, draw thy sword, one stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I the king shall love thee. Antonio. Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like, to fall it on Gonzalo. Sebastin. Oh's but one word. They converse apart. Music, re-enter Ariel, invisible. Ariel. My master through his art foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth. For else his project dies, to keep them living. Sings in Gonzalo's ear, while you here do snoring lie. Open eye, 500 conspiracy. His time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake. Antonio. Then let us both be sudden. Gonzalo. Now, good angels, preserve the king. Alonso. Why how now, hold awake, why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking? Gonzalo. What's the matter? Sebastin. Whiles we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing. Like bulls, or rather lions, 999 T not wake you. It struck mine ear most terribly. Alonso. I heard nothing. Antonio. Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear. To make an earthquake, sure it was the roar of a whole herd of lions. Alonso. Heard you this, Gonzalo? Gonzalo. Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which 999 awake me. I shack 500 you, sir, and cried, as mine eyes open 500. I saw their weapons drawn, there was a noise. That's verily, 'tis best we stand upon our guard. Or that we quit this place, let's draw our weapons. Alonso. Lead off this ground, and let's make further search. For my poor son. Gonzalo. Heavens keep him from these beasts. For he is sure, ith island. Alonso. Lead away. Exit with the others. Ariel. Prospero my lord shall know what I have done. So king, go safely on to seek thy son. Scene 2, another part of the island. Enter Caliban with a burden of wood, a noise of thunder heard. Chapter 100, Caliban. All the infections that the sun sucks up. From bogs, fens, flats on Prosper fall and make him. By inchmeal a disease, his spirits hear me. And yet I needs must curse, but they 100 nor pinch. Fright me with urchin shows, pitch me I the mire. Nor lead me, like a firebrand in the dark. Out of my way unless he bid 'em, but for every trifle are they set upon me. Sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me. And after bite me, then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount. Their pricks at my footfall, sometime am I. All wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Enter Trinculo. Lo now lo. Here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me. For bringing wood in slowly, I fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me. Trinculo. Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all, and another storm brewing. I hear it sing ith wind. Yond same black cloud, yond huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it 999 before, I know not where to hide my head. Yond same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish, a very ancient and fish-like smell, a kind of not of the newest poor John. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there, but would give a piece of silver, there would this monster make a man, any strange beast there makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, they will lay out 10 to see a dead Indian. Leg 500 like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm, oh my troth, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by thunderbolt. Alas, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabout. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past. Enter Stefano singing, a bottle in his hand. Estilipiano. I shall no more to see. Here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I. The gunner and his mate. Love 500 Moll, Meg and Marion and Marjorie. But none of us car 500 for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang. Would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved 500, not the savour of tar nor of pitch. Yet a tailor might scratch her, where'er she 999 itch. Then to sea, boys, and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too, but here's my comfort. Chapter 100, Caliban. Do not torment me, oh. Estilipiano. What's the matter, have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us with savages and men of Ind? Ha! I have not scapped 500 drowning, to be afeard now of your 4 legs. For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said so again, while Stefano breathes at nostrils. Chapter 100, Alabin. The spirit torments me, oh. Estili pi chiano. This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language, I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame, and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather. Chapter 100, Alabin. Do not torment me, prithee, I 100 bring my wood home faster. Estili pi chiano. He's in his fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him, and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly. Chapter 100, Alabin. Thou dost me yet but little hurt, thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling, now Prosper works upon thee. Estili pi chiano. Come on your ways, open your mouth, here is that which will give language to you, cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. Gives Caliban a drink you cannot tell who's your friend, open your chaps again. Trinculo. I should know that voice, it should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me. Estili pi chiano. 4 legs and 2 voices, a most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend, his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, amen, I will pour some in thy other mouth. Trinculo. Stefano. Estili pi chiano. Doth thy other mouth call me, mercy, mercy? This is a devil, and no monster, I will leave him, I have no long spoon. Trinculo. Stefano, if thou be'st Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo, be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo. Estili pi chiano. If thou be'st Trinculo, come forth. I pull thee by the lesser legs, if any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How cam'st thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos? Trinculo. I took him to be killed 500 with a thunderstroke, but art thou not drowned 500, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead mooncalf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? O Stefano, 2 Neapolitans scap 500. Estili pi chiano. Prithee do not turn me about, my stomach is not constant. Chapter 100, Alabin. These be fine things, and if they be not sprites. That's a brave god, and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him. Estili pi chiano. How didst thou scape? How cam'st thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou cam'st hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack, which the sailors heaved o'erboard, by this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore. Chapter 100, Alabin. Chapter 1, 100 Swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly. Estili pi chiano. Here swear then how thou escapedst. Trinculo. Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I 100 be sworn. Estili pi chiano. Here kiss the book, though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose. Trinculo. O Stefano, hast any more of this? Estili pi chiano. The whole but, man, my cellar is in a rock by seaside, where my wine is hid. How now, mooncalf, how does thine ague? Chapter 100, Alabin. Hast thou not dropped from heaven? Estili pi chiano. Out o' the moon, I do assure thee, I was the man in the moon when time was. Chapter 100, Alabin. I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush. Estili pi chayano. Come, swear to that, kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents, swear. Trinculo. By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I have feared of him, a very weak monster. The man I the moon, a most poor credulous monster, well-drawn monster in good sooth. Chapter 100, Alabin. Chapter 1, 100 Show thee every fertile inch o' the island, and I will kiss thy foot, I prithee be my God. Trinculo. By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster, when Scard's asleep, he 100 rob his bottle. Chapter 100, Alabin. Chapter 1, 100 Kiss thy foot, I swear myself thy subject. Estili pi chayano. Come on then, down and swear. Trinculo. I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find in my heart to beat him. Estili pi chayano. Come kiss. Trinculo. But that the poor monster's in drink, an abominable monster. Chapter 100, Alabin. Chapter 1, 100 Show thee the best springs, I 100 pluck thee berries. Chapter 1, 100 Fish for thee, and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. Chapter 1, 100 Bear him no more sticks, but follow thee. Thou wondrous man. Trinculo. A most ridiculous monster, to make a wonder of a poor drunkard. Chapter 100, Alabin. I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow. And I with my long nails will dig thee pignuts. Show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how. To snare the nimble marmoset, I bring thee. To clustering filberts, and sometimes I 100 get thee. Young scamels from the rock, wilt thou go with me? Estili pi chayano. I prithee now lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king, and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Fellow Trinculo, we 100 fill him by and by again. Chapter 100, Alabin. Sings drunkenly, farewell, master, farewell, farewell. Trinculo. A howling monster, a drunken monster. Chapter 100, Alabin. No more dams, I 100 make for fish. Nor fetch in firing. At requiring. Nor scrape trenchering, nor wash dish. Ban, cacaliban. Has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, high day, freedom, freedom. High day, freedom. Estili pi chayano. O brave monster, laid the way. Act 3. Scene 1, before Prospero's cell. Enter Ferdinand, bearing a log. Ferdinand. There be some sports are painful, and their labor. Delight in them sets off, some kinds of baseness. Are nobly undergone, and most poor matters. Point to rich ends, this my mean task. Would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures, oh she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed. And he's compose 500 of harshness, I must remove some thousands of these logs, and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor, I forget. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most busy, lest when I do it, Enter Miranda and Prospero behind. Chapter 1001, Randa. Alas now, pray you. Work not so hard, I would the lightning had. Burnt up those logs, that you are enjoined 500 to pile. Pray set it down and rest you, when this burns. 'Twill weep for having wearied you, my father. Is hard at study, pray now rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours. Ferdinand. O most dear mistress. The sun will set, before I shall discharge what I must strive to do. Chapter 1001, Randa. If you 100 sit down. Chapter 100 bear your logs the while, pray give me that. Chapter 100 carry it to the pile. Ferdinand. No, precious creature. I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by. Chapter 1001, Randa. It would become me, as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours it is against. Prospero. Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it. Chapter 1001, Randa. You look wearily. Ferdinand. No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me. When you are by at night, I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name? Chapter 1001, Randa. Miranda, O my father. I have broke your hest to say so. Ferdinand. Admire 500, Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth. What's dearest to the world, full many a lady. I have 500 with best regard, and many a time. Harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear, for several virtues. Have I lick 500 several women, never any with so full soul, but some defect in her. 999 quarrel with the noblest grace, she 500. And put it to the foil, but you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best. Chapter 1001, Randa. I do not know. One of my sex, no woman's face remember, save from my glass mine own, nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend. And my dear father, how features are abroad. I am skillless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of, but I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget. Ferdinand. I am, in my condition, a prince. Miranda, I do think a king. I would not so, and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth, hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, 999, my heart fly to your service, there resides, to make me slave to it, and for your sake. Am I this patient logman? Chapter 1001, Randa. Do you love me? Ferdinand. O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event. If I speak true, if hollowly invert, what best is boded me to mischief, I, beyond all limit of what else I, the world, do love, prize, honor you. Chapter 1001, Miranda. I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of. Prospero. Fair encounter of two most rare affections, heaven's rain grace on that which breeds between them. Ferdinand. Wherefore weep you? Chapter 1001, Miranda. At mine unworthiness that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want, but this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows, hence bashful cunning, and prompt me, plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I 100 die your maid, to be your fellow. You may deny me, but I be your servant, whether you will or no. Ferdinand. My mistress, dearest, and I thus humble ever. Chapter 1001, Miranda. My husband, then. Ferdinand. I, with a heart as willing as bondage heir of freedom, here's my hand. Chapter 1001, Miranda. And mine with my heart in tea, and now farewell, till half an hour hence. Ferdinand. 1,000,000. Exeunt Ferdinand and Miranda severally. Prospero. So glad of this as they, I cannot be, who are surpris 500 withal, but my rejoicing at nothing can be more, I to my book. For yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining. Scene 2, another part of the island. Enter Caliban with a bottle, Stefano and Trinculo. Estili pi ciano. Tell not me, when the butt is out we will drink water, not a drop before, therefore bear up and boredom. Servant monster, drink to me. Trinculo. Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this isle, we are 3 of them. If other 2 be brained like us, the state totters. Estili pi ciano. Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee, thy eyes are almost set in thy head. Trinculo. Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed, if they were set in his tail. Estili pi ciano. My men monster hath drowned 500 his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam, ere I could recover the shore 35 leagues, off and on, by this light. Thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard. Trinculo. Your lieutenant, if you list, he's no standard. Estili pi ciano. We 100 not run, monsieur monster. Trinculo. Nor go neither, but you 100 lie like dogs, and yet say nothing neither. Estili pi ciano. Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good mooncalf. Chapter 100, Alabin. How does thy honor, let me lick thy shoe, I not serve him, he is not valiant. Trinculo. Thou least most ignorant monster, I am in case to justle a constable. Why, thou debauched fish thou, was there ever man a coward that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster? Chapter 100, Alabin. Lo, how he mocks me, wilt thou let him, my lord? Trinculo. Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural. Chapter 100, Alabin. Lo, lo again, bite him to death, I prithee. Estili pi ciano. Trinculo, keep a good tongue in your head. If you prove a mutineer, the next tree, the poor monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity. Chapter 100, Alabin. I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased 500 to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee? Estili pi chayano. Mary, will I kneel and repeat it? I will stand, and so shall Trinculo. Enter Ariel, invisible. Chapter 100, Alabin. As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of the island. Ariel. Thou least. Chapter 100, Alabin. Thou least, thou jesting monkey, thou. I would my valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie. Estili pi chayano. Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in his tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth. Trinculo. Why, I said nothing. Estili pi chayano. Mum then, and no more, proceed. Chapter 100, Alabin. I say, by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it, if thy greatness will. Revenge it on him, for I know thou dost. But this thing dare not. Estili pi chayano. That's most certain. Chapter 100, Alabin. Thou shalt be lord of it, and I 100 serve thee. Estili pi chayano. How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party? Chapter 100, Alabin. Yea, yea, my lord, I 100 yield him thee asleep. Where thou mayst knock a nail into his head. Ariel. Thou least, thou canst not. Chapter 100, Alabin. What a pied ninny's this, thou scurvy patch. I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows. And take his bottle from him, when that's gone. He shall drink naught but brine, for I 100 not show him. Where the quick fresh is on. Estili pi chayano. Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand, I 100 turn my mercy out o' doors, and make a stockfish of thee. Trinculo. Why, what 999 I 999 nothing, I go farther off. Estili pi chayano. Didst thou not say he lied? Ariel. Thou least. Estili pi chayano. Do I so, take thou that. Strikes Trinculo. As you like this, give me the lie another time. Trinculo. I 999 not give the lie. Out o' your wits and hearing too, a pox o' your bottle, this can sack and drinking do, a murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers. Chapter 100, Alabin. Estili pi chayano. Now forward with your tale, prithee stand further off. Chapter 100, Alabin. Beat him enough, after a little time. Chapter 100 beat him too. Estili pi chayano. Stand farther, come proceed. Chapter 100, Alabin. Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him. Chapter 1, afternoon to sleep, there thou mayst brain him. Having first seize 500 his books, or with a log. Batter his skull, or paunch him with a stake. Or cut his weasand with thy knife, remember. First to possess his books, for without them, he's but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command, they all do hate him. As rootedly as I burn but his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house, he 100 deck withal. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter, he himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax my dam and she. but she as far surpasseth shipwrecks. As great steed does least. Stilipiano. Is it so brave, alas? Chapter 100, Alabin. Ay, Lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth, brave brood. Stilipiano. Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Trinculo. Excellent. Stilipiano. Give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou 54th, keep a good tongue in thy head. Chapter 100, Alabin. Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then? Stilipiano. I on mine honours. Ariel. This will I tell my master. Chapter 100, Alabin. Thou mak'st me merry, I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund, will you troll the catch? You taught me but while, earth. Stilipiano. At thy request, monster, I will do reason, any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flautum and coutum, and scoutum and flautum. Thought is free. Chapter 100, Alabin. That's not the tune. Ariel plays the tune on a tabor and pipe. Stilipiano. What is this same? Trinculo. This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody. Stilipiano. If thou be'st a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou be'st a devil, take tea as thou list. Trinculo. Oh, forgive me my sins. Stilipiano. He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee, mercy upon us. Chapter 100, Alabin. Art thou afeard? Stilipiano. No, monster, not I. Chapter 100, Alabin. Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises. Sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices, that if I then had whack 500 after long sleep, will make me sleep again, and then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches, ready to drop upon me, that, when I whack 500, I cried to dream again. Stilipiano. This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing. Chapter 100, Alabin. When Prospero is destroyed. Stilipiano. That shall be by and by, I remember the story. Trinculo. The sound is going away, let's follow it, and after do our work. Stilipiano. Laid monster, we 100 follow, I would I could see this tabora, he lays it on. Wilt come? Trinculo. Chapter 1, 100 follow Stefano. Scene 3, another part of the island. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco, and C. Gonzalo. By our lackin, I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache, here's a maze trod, indeed. Through forthrights and meanders, by your patience, I needs must rest me. Alonso. Old Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself, attach 500 with weariness. To dulling of my spirits, sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope, and keep it. No longer for my flatterer, he is drowned 500. whom thus we stray to find, and the sea marks our frustrate search on land, well, let him go. Antonio. Aside to Sebastian, I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolve 500 to effect. Sebastian. Aside to Antonio, the next advantage will we take thoroughly. Antonio. Aside to Sebastian, let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed 500 with travel, they will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh. Sebastian. Aside to Antonio, I say tonight no more. Solemn and strange music, and Prospero above, invisible, enter several strange shapes, bringing in a banquet. They dance about it with gentle actions of salutation, and inviting the king and sea to eat, they depart. Alonso. What harmony is this, my good friends, hark. Gonzalo. Marvelous sweet music. Alonso. Give us kind keepers, heavens, what were these? Sebastian. A living drollery, now I will believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix throne, one phoenix at this hour reigning there. Antonio. Chapter 1, 100 believe both. And what does else want credit, come to me. And I 100 be sworn 'tis true, travelers near 999 lie. Though fools at home condemn them. Gonzalo. If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders? For certes, these are people of the island, who though they are of monstrous shape, yet note their manners are more gentle, kind, than of our human generation, you shall find many, nay, almost any. Prospero. Honest Lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils. Alonso. I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse. Prospero. Praise in departing. Francisco. They vanish 500 strangely. Sebastian. No matter since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Wilt please you taste of what is here? Alonso. Not I. Gonzalo. Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that there were mountaineers? Dulap 500 like bulls, whose throats had hanging at 'em wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find. Each putter out of 5, for one will bring us good warrant of. Alonso. I will stand too, and feed. Although my last, no matter, since I feel the best is past, brother, my lord the Duke. Stand to, and do as we. Thunder and lightning. Enter Ariel like a harpy, claps his wings upon the table, and with a quaint device, the banquet vanishes. Ariel. You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world. And what is in't, the never surfeited sea, hath caused to belch up you, and on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you mongst men, being most unfit to live, I have made you mad. And even with such like valor men hang and drown. their proper selves. Seeing Alonso, Sebastian, and C draw their swords. You fools, I and my fellows, are ministers of fate, the elements, of whom your swords are temper 500, may as well wound the loud winds, or with Bemach 500 at stabs. Kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dowel that's in my plume, my fellow ministers are like invulnerable, if you could hurt. Your swords are now too massy for your strengths, and will not be uplifted, but remember, for that's my business to you, that you three from Milan 999 supplant good Prospero. Expose 500 unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers, delaying not forgetting, have ins 500 the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures. Against your peace, thee of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, whose wraths to guard you from, which here in this most desolate isle else falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow, and a clear life ensuing. He vanishes in thunder, then to soft music enter the shapes again and dance with mocks and mows and carry out the table. Prospero, bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou perform 500, my Ariel, a grace it had devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing bated. In what thou hadst to say, so with good life and observations strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done, my high charms work. And these mine enemies are all knit up. In their distractions, they now are in my power. And in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned 500. And his and mine, love 500 darling. Gonzalo. Chapter 1, the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare? Alonso. Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke, and told me of it. The winds 999 sing it to me, and the thunder. That deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounce 500. The name of Prosper, it 999 bass my trespass. Therefore my son ooze is bedded, and Chapter 1, 100 seek him deeper than air plummet sounded. And with him there lie mudded. Sebastin. But one fiend at a time. Chapter 1, 100 fight their legions o'er. Antonio. Chapter 1, 100 be thy second. Exeunt Sebastian and Antonio. Gonzalo. All three of them are desperate, their great guilt like poison, given to work a great time after. Now gins to bite the spirits, I do beseech you, that are of suppler joints, follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to. Adrian. Follow, I pray you. Act 4. Scene 1, before Prospero's cell. Enter Prospero, Ferdinand, and Miranda. Prospero. If I have to, austerely punish 500 you. Your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand all thy vexations, were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test, here afore heaven. I ratify this my rich gift, O Ferdinand, Do not smile at me that I boast her off. For thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise, and make it halt behind her. Ferdinand, I do believe it. Against an oracle. Prospero, then as my gift and thine own acquisition. Worthily purchase 500, take my daughter, but if thou dost break her virgin not before, all sanctimonious ceremonies may, with full and holy rite, be minister 500. No sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall, to make this contract grow, but barren hate. Sour 500 disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly, that you shall hate it both, therefore take heed, as Hymen's lamps shall light you. Ferdinand, as I hope, for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as tease now the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strong's suggestion, our worser genius shall never melt mine honor into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration, when I shall think, or Phoebus, steeds our founder 500, or night kept chain 500 below. Prospero, fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her, she is thine own. What Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel? Enter Ariel. Ariel. What would my potent master, here I am. Prospero. Thou and thy meaner, fellows your last service. 999 worthily perform, and I must use you. In such another trick, go bring the rabble. O'er whom I give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art, it is my promise, and they expect it from me. Ariel. Presently. Prospero. I with a twink. Ariel. Before you can say come and go, and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe, will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No. Prospero. Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach, till thou dost hear me call. Ariel. Well, I conceive. Prospero. Look thou be true, do not give dalliance. Too much the rain, the strongest oaths are straw. To fire I the blood, be more abstemious. Or else good night your vow. Ferdinand. I warrant you, sir. The white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver. Prospero. Well. Now come, my Ariel, bring a corollary. Rather than want a spirit, appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes, be silent. A mask, enter Iris. Chapter 1, Ris. Ceres' most bounteous lady, thy rich lays of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas. Thy turfy mountains, where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatch 500 with stover, them to keep. Thy banks with pioned and twilled brims, which spongy April at thy hest trims, to make cold nymphs chaste crowns, and thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being lastlorn, thy pole-clipped vineyard, and thy sea marge, sterile and rocky hard, where thou thyself dost air, the queen o'th sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee lave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport, her peacocks fly aiming. Approach rich Ceres, her to entertain. Enter Ceres. Chapter 100, Urs. Hail many color 500 messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffusest honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and my unshrub 500 down. Rich scarf to my proud earth, why hath thy queen summoned 500 me hither to this short grass 500 green? Chapter 1, Ris. A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to a state. On the blessed lovers. Chapter 100, Urs. Tell me, heavenly bow, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they 999 plot the means that dusky dis my daughter got. Her and her blind boy's scandal, 500 company I have forsworn. Chapter 1, Ris. Of her society. Be not afraid, I met her deity, cutting the clouds towards Paphos and her son. Dove drawn with her, here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bedrite shall be paid, till Hymen's torch be lighted, but in vain. Mars's hot minion is returned 500 again. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrows, swears he will shoot no more, but play with sparrows, and be a boy right out. Chapter 100, Urs. Highest queen of state. Great Juno comes, I know her by her gait. Enter Juno. Juno. How does my bounteous sister go with me, to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be, and honor 500 in their issue? Juno. Honor, riches, marriage blessing, long continuance and increasing, hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you. Chapter 100, Urs. Earth's increase, foison plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burden bowing. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing so is on you. Ferdinand. This is a most majestic vision, and harmonious charmingly, may I be bold to think these spirits. Prospero. Spirits which by mine art I have from their confines call 500 to enact my present fancies. Ferdinand. Let me live here ever. So rare a wonder 500 father and a wise makes this place paradise. Juno and Ceres whisper and send Iris on employment. Prospero. Sweet now silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do, hush and be mute, or else our spell is marred. Chapter 1, Ris. You nymphs call 500 naiads of the winding brooks, with your sedge 500 crowns and ever harmless looks. Leave your crisp channels and on this green land answer your summons, Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate a contract of true love, be not too late. Enter certain nymphs. You sun-burn 500 cyclamen of August weary. Come hither from the furrow, and be merry. Make holiday, your rice straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter every one. In country footing. Enter certain reapers, properly habited. They join with the nymphs in a graceful dance, towards the end whereof Prospero starts suddenly and speaks, after which, to a strange, hollow, and confused noise, they heavily vanish. Prospero. I had forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates. Against my life, the minute of their plot is almost come. Well done, avoid no more. Ferdinand. This is strange, your father's in some passion. That works him strongly. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Never till this day saw I him touch 500, with anger so distempered. Prospero. You do look, my son, in a mauve 500 sort. As if you were dismay 500, be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended, these are actors. As I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-cap 500 towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded. Leave not a rack behind, we are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vex 500. Bear with my weakness, my old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed 500 with my infirmity. If you be pleased 500, retire into my cell, and there repose, a turn or two I 100 walk, to still my beating mind. Ferdinand, Miranda. We wish your peace. Prospero. Come with a thought, I thank thee, Ariel, come. Enter Ariel. Ariel. Thy thoughts I cleave to, what's thy pleasure? Prospero. Spirit. We must prepare to meet with Caliban. Ariel. I, my commander, when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I fear 500. Lest I might anger thee. Prospero. Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets? Ariel. I told you, sir, they were red-hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air. For breathing in their faces, beat the ground. For kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project, then I beat my tabor. At which, like unback 500 colts, they prick 500 their ears, advank 500 their eyelids, lifted up their noses. As they smelt music, so I charm 500 their ears, that calf-like they my lowing follow 500 through. Tooth 500 briars, sharp furzes, pricking goss and thorns, which enter 500 their frail shins, at last I left them. Chapter 1, filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. They're dancing up to chins, that the foul lake o'erstunk their feet. Prospero. This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither, for stale to catch these thieves. Ariel. I go, I go. Prospero. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains, humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age, his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers, I will plague them all, even to roaring. Re-enter Ariel, loaden with glistering apparel, and see. Come, hang them on this line. Prospero and Ariel remain invisible. Enter Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo all wet. Chapter 100, Alban. Pray you tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall, we now are near his cell. Estili pi chiano. Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than played the jack with us. Trinculo. Monster, I do smell all horsepiss, at which my nose is in great indignation. Estili pi chiano. So is mine, do you hear, monster? If I should take a displeasure against you, look you. Trinculo. Thou wert but a lost monster. Chapter 100, Alban. Good my lord, give me thy favour still. Be patient, for the prize I bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance, therefore speak softly. All's hush 500, as midnight yet. Trinculo. Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool. Estili pi chiano. There is not only disgrace and dishonour in that, monster, but an infinite loss. Trinculo. That's more to me than my wedding, yet this is your harmless fairy, monster. Estili pi chiano. I will fetch off my bottle, though I be o'er ears for my labour. Chapter 100, Alban. Prithee, my king, be quiet, seest thou here? This is the mouth, O th cell, no noise and enter. Do that good mischief, which may make this island thine own for ever, and I thy Caliban. For I thy foot liquor. Estili pi chiano. Give me thy hand, I do begin to have bloody thoughts. Trinculo. O King Stefano, O peer, O worthy Stefano. Look what a wardrobe here is for thee. Chapter 100, Alban. Let it alone, thou fool, it is but trash. Trinculo. O ho, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery, O King Stefano. Estili pi chiano. Put off that gown, Trinculo, by this hand, I 100 have that gown. Trinculo. Thy grace shall have it. Chapter 100, Alban. The dropsy drown this fool, what do you mean? To dote thus on such luggage, let alone. And do the murder first, if he awake. From toe to crown, he 100 fill our skins with pinches. Make a strange stuff. Estili pi chiano. Be you quiet, monster. Mistress Line, is not this my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin, you are like to lose your hair and prove a bald jerkin. Trinculo. Do, we steal by line and level, ant like your grace. Estili pi chiano. I thank thee for that jest. Here's a garment for tea, which shall not go unrewarded while I am king of this country. Steal by line and level is an excellent pass of pate. There's another garment for tea. Trinculo. Monster, come, put some lime upon your fingers, and away with the rest. Chapter 100, Alban. I will have none on't, we shall lose our time. And all be turned 500 to barnacles, or to apes. With foreheads villainous low. Estili pi chiano. Monster, lay to your fingers, help to bear this away where my hogshead of wine is, or I 100 turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this. Trinculo. And this. Estili pi chiano. I and this. A noise of hunters heard. Enter divers spirits, in shape of dogs and hounds, and hunt them about, Prospero and Ariel setting them on. Prospero. Hey, mountain, hey. Ariel. Silver, there it goes, silver. Prospero. Fury, fury, there tyrant there, hark, hark. Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo are driven out. Go charge my goblins that they grind their joints. With dry convulsions, shorten up their sinews. With aged cramps, and more pinch-spotted make them. Than Pard or Cat-O Mountain. Ariel. Hark, they roar. Prospero. Let them be hunted soundly at this hour. Lies at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the air at freedom for a little. Follow and do me service. Act 5. Scene 1, before the cell of Prospero. Enter Prospero in his magic robes and Ariel. Prospero. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day? Ariel. On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease. Prospero. I 999 say so. When first I rise 500 the Tempest, say my spirit. How fares the king and's followers? Ariel. Confine 500 together. In the same fashion as you gave in charge. Just as you left them, all prisoners, sir. In the line grove which weather fends your cell. They cannot budge till your release, the king. His brother and yours abide all three distracted. And the remainder mourning over them. Brimful of sorrow and dismay, but chiefly him you term 500, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops. From eaves of reeds, your charm so strongly works 'em, that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender. Prospero. Dost thou think so, spirit? Ariel. Mine would, sir, were I human. Prospero. And mine shall. Hast thou which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself, one of their kind, that relish all as sharply, passion as they, be kindlier, mauve 500 than thou art. Though with their high wrongs I am struck to th, quick, yet with my nobler reason, gainst my fury, do I take part, the rarer action is. In virtue than in vengeance, they being penitent. The sole drift of my purpose doth extend. Not a frown further, go release them, Ariel. My charms I 100 break, their senses I 100 restore. And they shall be themselves. Ariel. Chapter 1, 100 fetch them, sir. Prospero. Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and ye that on the sands, with printless foot, do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him. When he comes back, you demi-puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the you not bites, and you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms that rejoice, to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed 500. The noontide sun, call 500 forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azure 500 vault, set roaring war to the dread rattling thunder. Have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak, with his own bolt, the strong bars 500 promontory. Have I made shake, and by the spurs pluck 500 up. The pine and cedar, graves at my command, have whacked their sleepers up 500, and let 'em forth. By my so potent art, but this rough magic, I here abjure, and when I have require 500, some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than 999 ever plummet sound. Chapter 1, 100 drown my book. Re-enter Ariel, after him, Alonso with a frantic gesture, attended by Gonzalo, Sebastian, and Antonio in like manner, attended by Adrian and Francisco. They all enter the circle which Prospero had made, and there stand charmed, which Prospero observing speaks. A solemn air, and the best comforter. To an unsettled fancy, cure thy brains. Now useless, boil 500 within thy skull, there stand. For you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man. Mine eyes, e'en sociable to the show of thine. Fall fellowly drops, the charm dissolves apace. And as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason, O good Gonzalo, my true preserver and a loyal sir. To him thou followest, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed, most cruelly. Didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter? Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinch 500 for tea now, Sebastian, flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertain 500 ambition. Expel 500 remorse and nature, who, with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed 500 your king, I do forgive thee. Unnatural though thou art, their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shores that now lie foul and muddy, not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me. Ariel, fetch me the hat and rapier in my cell. I will discase me and myself present, as I was sometime Milan, quickly spirit. Thou shalt ere long be free. Ariel re-enters, singing, and helps to attire Prospero. Ariel, where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch, when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily. Merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Prospero, why that's my dainty Ariel, I shall miss thee. But yet thou shalt have freedom, so. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the mariners asleep. Under the hatches, the master and the boatswain, being awake, enforce them to this place. And presently, I prithee, Ariel, I drink the air before me, and return, or ere your pulse twice beat. Gonzalo. All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here, some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country. Prospero, behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero, for more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome. Alonso, where thou bist he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me. As late I have been, I not know, thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me, this must crave. And if this be at all a most strange story, thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs, but how should Prospero be living and be here? Prospero, first noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measure 500 or confined. Gonzalo. Whether this be or be not, I 100 not swear. Prospero, you do yet taste some subtleties o' the isle that will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all. Aside to Sebastian and Antonio, but you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness, frown upon you, and justify you traitors at this time. I will tell no tales. Sebastin. The devil speaks in him. Prospero. No. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive. Thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore. Alonso. If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were rack 500 upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son, Ferdinand. Prospero. I am woe for tea, sir. Alonso. Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure. Prospero. I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace, for the like loss, I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content. Alonso. You the like loss. Prospero. As great to me as late, and supportable. To make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter. Alonso. A daughter. O heavens, that they were living both in Naples. The king and queen there, that they were, I wish. Myself were muddered in that oozy bed, where my son lies, when 999 you lose your daughter. Prospero. In this last tempest, I perceive these lords at this encounter do so much admire, that they devour their reason, and scarce think. Their eyes do offices of truth, their words are natural breath, but howsoe'er you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very Duke, which was thrust forth of Milan, who most strangely upon this shore, where you were rack 500, was landed. To be the Lord Aunt, no more yet of this. For 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast nor befitting this first mating. Welcome, sir. This sells my court, here have I few attendants, and subjects none abroad, pray you look in my dukedom, since you have given me again. I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder to content ye, as much as me my dukedom. Here Prospero discovers Ferdinand and Miranda playing at chess. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Sweet lord, you play me false. Ferdinand. No, my dearest love. I would not for the world. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play. Alonso. If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son, shall I twice lose? Sebastin. A most high miracle. Ferdinand. Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have curs 500 them without cause. Kneels to Alonso. Alonso. Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou cam'st here. Chapter 1001, Miranda. Oh wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is, O brave new world, that has such people in tea. Prospero. 'Tis new to thee. Alonso. What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your eldsty acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath sever 500 us, and brought us thus together? Ferdinand. Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before, of whom I have received 500 a second life, and second father. This lady makes him to me. Alonso. I am hers. But oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness. Prospero. There, so stop. Let us not burden our remembrances with a heaviness that's gone. Gonzalo. I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown. For it is you that have chalk 504th the way, which brought us hither. Alonso. I say Amen, Gonzalo. Gonzalo. Was Milan thrust from Milan, that his issue should become kings of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with gold on lasting pillars in one voyage. Chapter 999. Claribel her husband find at Tunis, and Ferdinand her brother found a wife, where he himself was lost. Prospero his dukedom in a poor isle, and all of us ourselves, when no man was his own. Alonso. To Ferdinand and Miranda, give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, that doth not wish you joy. Gonzalo. Be it so, Amen. Re-enter Ariel, with the master and boatswain amazedly following. Oh, look, sir, here are more of us. I prophesied, if a gallows were on land, this fellow could not drown. Now blasphemy that swears to grace o'erboard, not an oath on shore. Hast thou no mouth by land? What is the news? Boatswain. The best news is that we have safely found our king and company, the next our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out split, is tight and and bravely rig 500 as when we first put out to sea. Ariel. Aside to Prospero, sir, all this service have I done since I went. Prospero. My tricksy spirit. Alonso. These are not natural events, they strengthen. From strange to stranger, say, how came you hither? Boatswain. If I 999 think, sir, I were well awake. Chapter 1, 500 strive to tell you, we were dead of sleep. And how, we know not, all clap 500 under hatches, where but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and mo diversity of sounds, all horrible. We were a whack 500, straightway at liberty, where we, in all her trim, freshly beheld our royal, good, and gallant ship, our master, capering to eye her, on a trice, so please you. Even in a dream, were we divided from them, and were brought moping hither. Ariel, aside to Prospero, wast well done. Prospero, bravely my diligence, thou shalt be free. Alonso, this is as strange a maze as e'er men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conductive, some oracle must rectify our knowledge. Prospero, sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business at pick 500 leisure, which shall be shortly single I 100 resolve you, which to you shall seem probable of every. These happen 500 accidents, till when, be cheerful, and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not. Re-enter Ariel, driving in Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo in their stolen apparel. Estilipiano. Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio. Trinculo. If these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a goodly sight. Chapter 100, Alabin. O Setibos, these be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is, I am afraid. He will chastise me. Sebastin. Ha. What things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy them? Antonio. Very like one of them is a plain fish, and no doubt marketable. Prospero. Mark but the badges of these men, my lords. Then say if they be true, this misshapen knave. His mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed 500 me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine. Chapter 100, Alabin. I shall be pinch 500 to death. Alonso. Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler? Sebastin. He is drunk now, where had he wine? Alonso. And Trinculo is reeling ripe, where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded 'em? How cam'st thou in this pickle? Trinculo. I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last that, I fear me, will never out of my bones. I shall not fear fly blowing. Sebastin. Why how now, Stefano? Estilipiano. Oh, touch me not, I am not Stefano but a cramp. Prospero. You 500, be king o' the Isle Syrah. Estilipiano. I should have been a sore one then. Alonso. This is as strange a thing as ere I look 500 on. Pointing to Caliban. Prospero. He is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, Syrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions, as you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely. Chapter 100, Alabin. I that I will, and I be wise hereafter, and seek for grace, what a thrice double ass. Was I to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool? Prospero. Go to, away. Alonso. Hence and bestow your luggage where you found it. Sebastin. Or stole it rather. Exeunt Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo. Prospero. Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest. For this one night, which part of it I 100 waste, with such discourse as I not doubt shall make it go quick away, the story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by, since I came to this isle, and in the more. Chapter 1, 100 bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hope to see the nuptial of these, our dear beloved 500 solemnized, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave. Alonso. I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely. Prospero. Chapter 1, 100 deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off, my Ariel. Jig. That is thy charge, then to the elements. Be free and fare thou well, please you draw near. Epilogue. Prospero. Now my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint, now 'tis true. I must be here, confine 500 by you, or sent to Naples, let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon 500 the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell, but release me from my bands, with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours, my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please, now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieve 500 by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults, as you from crimes would pardon 500 be. Let your indulgence set me free.